The ultimate goal of EFT tapping, at least for me, my opinion, is to be at peace with yourself. And here's what I mean. A lot of times we feel emotions that we don't know where they come from. And sometimes we do. A lot of times we don't, at least myself. And I think, well, that's a lie. That's another lie. I gotta let go of these lies from my nervous system, and I choose to let go of these lies from my nervous system. At this stage of my life, at 36 years old, about to be 37 in a few days, I do know where a lot of my emotions come from. A lot of my emotions have been imprinted onto me. And I think that these are trapped emotions that have been passed down to me ancestrally. Maybe that's the case for you as well. But to get into EFT tapping, to do this thing where you just tap on your chest constantly, I think the ultimate reason why you would do something like this is to be at peace with yourself. Emotions are very strong. They're very strong in that they can lead you to take action that can either be very positive or can be very destructive. So you can swing from one side of a pendulum to the other in terms of your emotions. It's very important to be discerning of your state, and it's very important to be mindful and aware of how you feel in that moment. And this is something that I wish I could have told my younger self. This is something that I wish I could have told myself many, many years ago. That would have saved me a lot of shit. That would have saved me a lot of time from sabotage and from fucking things up. Or at least that's how I perceive it to be. Maybe I could have been much further ahead in life. I don't know. When it comes to peace, though, if we look at David Hawkins' map of consciousness, there's a book, Power versus Force by David Hawkins. And in that book, he outlines how force, which are characterized by states of consciousness under 350, like shame, guilt, fear, anger, pride, those types of emotions, those types of states of consciousness produce thoughts, produce emotions, and produce ultimately realities reflective of those states of consciousness. So if your emotions, if you're constantly feeling the emotions or feeling the feelings of sadness or shame, you know, maybe you feel ashamed of something you did. We talked about this yesterday, feeling cringe on yesterday's live stream. I talked about this, at least you didn't, because you're not commenting. But that doesn't matter. What does matter is how you feel. And how you feel dictates your world. It dictates your life. It dictates what you experience on a day-to-day basis. Are you at peace? Are you happy with the life that you're living? Are you happy and satisfied with the reality that you are experiencing? Not a lot of people are. Not a lot of people are. A lot of people are miserable. They are miserable fucks. Let me tell you, a lot of people are very miserable fucks, hating on people. What is this doing? Snap that in. Lock it up. Done. A lot of people are hating. Hate is an emotion. Hate is a state of consciousness, I think. And if you look at states of consciousness, if you look at emotions, emotions come after thoughts. So you have, and I got this from Dr. Libby Adams, a coach that I worked with in 2024. She said, she talked about T, minding your T, TEA, and that your TEA is based on your thoughts, your emotions, and then your actions. So if your thoughts are around something shameful, for example, your emotions will be around something shameful. And then your actions will very likely close that loop as a flywheel, and you will do something, you will take an action that makes you just feel more shame. So then you're just going to keep thinking, man, that was very shameful. And you're going to be stuck in this flywheel. You've created this flywheel for yourself, and you'll be stuck like that unless you break that pattern. And that is what you see me doing every day as I've been live streaming. This is what I've been working on. I want that inner peace. I want to be a peaceful person. I want to be much more peaceful. I grew up with a biological mother who I have seen be very, very angry. Excuse me. At 4:44 in the morning, got all this nasal drip. It's not good. Growing up, I saw this a lot. I saw this a whole lot. I saw a lot of discordant emotions, a lot of rage, misplaced anger from my relatives. And that misplaced anger does not do any good. It does not do any good at all. At all. And I think that that's important. And getting back to the main topic of today's live stream is it's important to know why you EFT tap. You EFT tap or you watch this live stream because you are feeling and believing thoughts that may not be the truth of who you truly are. And you want to get unstuck. That's why you're doing this. You want to get unstuck. And here's why you would want to get unstuck. You would want to get unstuck from living in a state of shame, from seeing the world from a state of shame, from taking action from a state of shame or anger or guilt or pride. And you want to be moving into a state of action, a state of consciousness where your actions are based on peace. And I think that that is the ultimate goal. I think the ultimate goal is to ultimately achieve enlightenment. I have to believe in that. And I have to believe that that is the reason why we see a lot of things going on in the world that, for me, it's really heavy stuff. Makes me think, how can people treat people like this? And I think that's because of people's states of consciousness. And for me, I want inner peace. My ultimate goal here is to unfuck myself. And I've said this in previous live streams, to unfuck myself. And what that means to me is to free myself of all of the baggage, free myself of all of the bullshit that I have inherited. Me personally, me to date, the current version of me to date deals with financial stress. Why? Because I was homeless, and I've seen this model from my relatives for years growing up. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of living as this person that's angry. Sometimes I have these like really angry outbursts. Like if for example, if like the computer is too slow, or ChatGPT takes too long to respond, or it's giving me this fucking essay when I ask for a simple response, I start to get angry. I start to get really angry. I start to get so angry, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good, you know? Like, it feels like, I don't know what word to put on it, but it feels like, am I gonna be this person forever? Am I really gonna be this person forever? I hope not. I have noticed that with EFT tapping as my daily go-to, and then psychedelics like following up like every, 6 months, that's been really helpful. Every 4 weeks taking Cambo and having a good energetic purge, that's been really helpful. But I just think to myself, like, damn, like, how am I gonna really do this for the rest of my life? Probably, I don't know. I think probably I'm gonna be this person for the rest of my life. And that's kind of scary, because like, I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be this type of person. Like, I want to change. I want to be a different person where I'm not fucking angry, And maybe there's something for you too, where it's like, you don't want to be coming from shame. You don't want to be feeling guilt. You don't want to be feeling certain emotions. You don't know. Look at yourself, which not a lot of people are willing to do, because a lot of people find it much easier to party and drink and to numb themselves and to say, I don't fucking feel like it, and not wake up and do this as the first thing that they do in the day, because this is the inner work. And then they complain and they bitch. Do you want to be that person? Do you want to be that person where you complain and you bitch about your life? Do you? No, you don't want to do that. And you also don't want to be like me, where it's like, fuck, man. I've been doing all this for this inner work for years, thinking something's wrong with me. Maybe that's just another perception. That's just another filter that I have to remove. Another invisible shield that I have to remove to just realize, hey, I'm fine. You're fine. We're fine. Who you think you are is not the truth of who you think you are. You're so much more than that. All you have to do is focus on unfucking yourself, clearing out your emotional bullshit, and elevating your consciousness. Could it be that simple? I think so. I really think so. So today I'm going to focus on inner peace. I'm going to focus on that ultimate goal, which is to be at peace, which is to feel more internal peace. I think that matters to me a lot, because think about that for a second too. Why would peace? Why would being in a state of peace and elevating your consciousness to being in a peaceful state be probably the ultimate goal of EFT tapping? You have these emotions, you have these thoughts, you have these feelings inside of you. You're taking actions, and maybe you're not getting traction. Maybe you're not seeing the results that you want to see. It's frustrating. You're tired. You're angry, like me, and you're just like, what the fuck? You're doing your best. You don't know why things are not working out for you the way you want them to, and you're worried. But let's even go beyond that. Let's say you actually do work so hard, so hard, so hard. You work so hard. You work so hard. I can't stand that term, working hard. What the fuck does that even mean? You work so much, you work so intensely, you work so hard that you do make it. Let's say you do make it. What happens if you don't have a good inner state? What happens if your emotions are already, you were already fearful, you were already panicked, you were already worried, you were already concerned, and then you make it? What happens when you make it? You're gonna be afraid. The same person you were before is gonna be the same person who you are now. The only thing that changes is your financial status. And if you lose it all, you will be panicked. You'll be that person still. You will still be that person because you're not emotionally regulated. Yeah, you may be having it in that moment, but are you truly the vessel? Are you truly the type of person that has expanded their vessel, that has raised their vibration and consciousness long enough to let all that beautiful universal intelligence and light into your body, into your vessel, to be able to actually hold it? And not to hold it for a temporary period of time, but to hold it, to really hold on to it, and to be able to maturely, responsibly handle all that comes with it. Not a lot of people. Not a lot of people. And I think that's why you see, like I see these videos passing by on YouTube where there's like these YouTube videos that are their title is The Satisfying Downfall of X, Y, and Z Person. The Satisfying Downfall of ABC. Number one, that's fucked up that people think that that's satisfying, that people have a downfall. That's really fucking horrible. Number two is why? Why do people have those downfalls? Why do people have those downfalls? It's because they are not regulated to handle it. You get to a certain point where your thermometer is like, let's say here, and you get to that thermometer point. As soon as you get beyond it, you're gonna find a way to sabotage it. You're gonna find a way to go from here back down to here. That's why it's very important to make the goal of EFT ultimately, my opinion, personal peace, inner peace. Because from an inner peaceful state, it doesn't matter if you have it or you don't have it. It doesn't affect you either way because you are in a state of non-attachment. In other words, you're free. Do you want to be free? Do you want to break the habit of being yourself? Thank you, Joe Dispenza. Do you? So that's today's EFT live stream. That's what we're tapping on today. If you want to join, great. Let's begin. I'm going to start off with a prayer. You don't have to. Get a coffee, get whatever it is, and let's get to work here. But either which way, I'm going for it. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Forgive our debtors as we forgive our debts. Forgive our trespasses as we forgive our trespassors. Forgive our trespassers as we forgive our trespasses. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Thank you, God, for all you do. Thank you, God, for being our friend. Thank you, God, for your unconditional love, support, and kindness. Thank you, God, for all the blessings, miracles, and gifts of today. Thank you, God, for this EFT session. May we really raise our vibration and consciousness and be in a state of really good inner peace. And may that peace radiate and permeate throughout the world. Thank you. What's up with this camera? What's up with this camera? Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Okay. Good enough is good enough. What are you doing? I guess that's the bad thing about having an AI camera. Okay, good enough is good enough. Good enough is good enough. Enough is good enough. That's it. All right. I'm done talking. No, I'm not. That's another lie. Why? Why am I saying those things? It's a lie. I'm not done talking. I'm going to be talking for the next fucking hour. Hello? Come on now. All right. Inner peace. Inner peace. So I'm just thinking about this off the top of my head, what the EFT setup statement is, but I do have a EFT GPT that I created, and it's free. If you want to download it, it's in the description. And you can just type in whatever issue you're going through if you want to. Otherwise, you can tap with me. Figure out your own words, figure out what works for you. But I'm going to start tapping now, officially. All the tapping points are also in the description. Just follow along with me if you've never done it. And let's get to a state of inner peace. And that's what you see in all these live streams. The whole purpose of the live streams is not to just fucking make content. It's to work on the issues and to get into a state where we have cleared and released the underlying emotions, the shit, the gunk from our drains. And then once that's released, we're freer. We're just a little bit freer. We're just a little bit clearer and cleaner internally, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever you want to call it. I think we're all saying the same thing. And we move into a state of inner peace. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Okay, we're gonna go first round. First round. First round right here. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. By the way, yawning, burping, farting, all that stuff, crying, those are all releases. It's good. Good stuff. Let yourself yawn, burp, cry, fart. Just let yourself feel, okay? Let yourself really feel those feelings and those emotions. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. Even though I feel inner discord and unease, I choose inner peace now. We're going to transition now. Whew. Yeah, that's good. That's good release. Okay, now we're going to move on. Okay, we're going to freestyle this. So, freestyle round. We're going to think about anything that comes up for us. Anything that comes up, and we're going to visualize, using our third eye, we're going to visualize a projector on the screen. And this projector on the screen, okay, this projector on the screen, we're going to think about a memory of us not feeling inner peace. Any memory that causes you to not be at peace with yourself, to not feel inner peace, you can bring that up if you choose to, if you are emotionally resourced enough. And you can start tapping on it. And basically you just want to take this time to express whatever you feel. Express whatever you feel. And just let it all go. Sometimes we just need that person who can hold space for us. I got an idea. I just had an idea. That's the good thing about EFT. Sometimes some ideas just come out of nowhere. That's fine. Either way, going to hold space. We're going to hold space for ourselves right now. There are IFS parts, internal parts of us that we created. They need space. They need to be held. They need to be witnessed. They need attention. And it's up to us to give them that attention. It's up to us to pay attention to them. So let's do that. Just freestyle whatever comes to you right now. Let's begin. I'm going to use my words. I'm going to use my experiences because obviously there's no one on the live stream right now except for me. I'm the only crazy chicken at 5 o'clock in the morning doing this. So because I don't have anyone, unless you start to participate and you comment and you say, hey, I want you to do a session with me, I will happily get you on the Zoom, and we'll do a fucking live stream, and we'll do this live so we can help others. But otherwise, this is it. I keep thinking about my biological mother. Make sure you're using your own story and your own words, okay? Otherwise, you could just tap with me and tap and get the. You can tap to get the borrowing benefits. I remember my biological mother. She was incredibly angry. She was so angry. Always. She was always so angry. She would scream a lot. She would scream a lot. And I was scared of her. I was so scared when I was a little boy because she's not petite. She is not petite. And I remember her voice being so loud that still to this day, it's gone down significantly, like 90% now, I'd say. Like the volume on her voice that was in my head, it's like 90% now. So I don't hear her voice sometimes at all, or if I do, it's very faint. But it still haunts me sometimes to this day. And I still have to keep doing this EFT tapping shit, man. Yeah, it's not shit. Don't get me wrong. It's not shit. It's frustrating when I have to do this over and over again. And you think, okay, just one tapping session, that's it. No, this is like doing emotional hygiene. It's like brushing your teeth. You brush your teeth every day. You take a shower. I don't take a shower every day. You know, I'm just being honest. I take a shower like every couple of days because, you know, for the skin and stuff, you know, but you pretty much would brush your teeth every day, sometimes twice a day or after meals or whatever. Some people would shower every day. I don't. Fuck it. Whatever. Deal with it. I still wash my ass though and clean my penis. I'm just being, well, I said penis. I said I wash my ass. Yes. Yes, we all have that. Yes. Get over it. Get over it. But this situation with Yolanda Sarah growing up, she was so angry constantly. She was so angry all the time. And this was a lot of my childhood memories from her. And this is what I remember a lot from her. And this still haunts me to this day. To this day, I still feel this emotion. I still hear her voice. And because she was so angry, I think that really imprinted onto me. And when I was homeless, when we were homeless at 12, when I was 12 years old, we were homeless when I was 12 years old. I remember that's when things got really serious. That's when I became like significantly more serious. Before then, I'd really try to laugh and have a good time. And then it got really serious. And then it got sad. And then I started getting more angry. And if I think about it, it was like when I was 17 and I left my biological mother to go to university and get my bachelor's degree. I remember how after that I became this type of person that I was not just a few years ago. And I felt sometimes like I had this inner rage. I felt like a loose cannon. I still kept my composure. I wasn't necessarily physically violent. But I get angry. I get angry at a lot of things. I take things way too seriously. And then I became like a drama king, you know? I remember a girlfriend who I proposed to, which was a terrible idea. That was a stupid idea. I remember her cousins, they called me a drama king. And they never explained why. But I could see from their perspective, making a big deal out of things. That was my biological mother. She made a big deal out of a lot of things. Everything was so dramatized. Everything was so dramatic. It was so dramatic, it was very stifling. It was incredibly stifling. And didn't feel good. It didn't feel good to be around this person. It didn't feel good to express myself. It didn't feel good to ask for things. And I shut down a lot. I shut down a whole bunch. And I was very quiet. I was just literally in my head for those 5 years from 12 to 17. I just remember it was just not a good time. I don't remember any positive memories from that experience. I just remember a lot of sadness, a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, and having to take a lot of shit for those 5 years. And it wasn't good. It was not good. And I would never want that for my kids. I would never want that for my daughter, my currently born daughter, and my soon-to-be born child, boy or girl, I don't know. I don't know yet the sex, the gender of the second child. We don't know yet. But I would just never want that for them. I would never want to be this type of person where I'm so angry, they feel fear, they feel my anger, and then they become angry people. I don't want that for them. Never. And that's also why I'm doing this. I don't want to be this person. I do not want to be this type of person that has this anger and lives with this anger and dies with anger. That is a horrible way to live life. That is very destructive. And that is not going to be for my greatest and highest good. That is not going to be the thing for me that is going to support and assist me or my kids or my family to be at peace. I would never be at peace like this. And I want to be at peace. I want internal peace. Yesterday was Christmas, and I missed my daughter. The day before Christmas Eve, I was crying pretty much the whole day. I was crying. I was crying. And I was crying because I was sad. I was sad that my daughter wasn't here with me. And it hurt my heart. It hurt my heart. And there's these recurring themes that I'm going through right now that I'm going to strategize a series for. So like maybe every 7 days, I'm going to be working on one specific thing. And I'm just going to really tap on that one specific thing until it's completely gone. Until there's no more of it. I've been dealing with this injustice feeling from Jugendamt here in Austria and how they handled the situation, accusing us of being negligent parents and endangering our child because we said no to a non-life-saving surgery. What, because you agree with the doctor like a fucking parrot? Like a mindless fucking puppet? And even then, as I say that still gets me angry. I still feel the anger behind that. I still feel the heat in my chest. I like when I think about the stupidity of some people, I just think, my God, you are fucking stupid. You're so fucking dumb. How could you possibly do this? How could you possibly do this? And the stupidity of the stupid of the world, it just, God, it's just so stupid that it frustrates. It's fucking frustrating. How stupid can you be? It's either one of three things. Either you're fucking stupid, you're crazy, or you're fucking evil. One of the three. One of the fucking three. One of the three. To separate a family from each other, to take an infant baby away from their parents, to force a surgery that is not life-saving, that has to be criminal. In the United States, I researched court cases where in 1979, the year 1979, in the state of New York, a kid had cancer. The parents went to court and they won because they were able to provide an alternative treatment for that chemotherapy. And that's exactly what we did. We said, there is an alternative. Let us research how to do this. Let us coordinate this. No, but because the fucking judge agreed with the chief ophthalmologist at the fucking hospitals here, which are all state-owned, they said it's not realistic. Yeah, maybe for the country of Austria. And it gets me so frustrated. It gets me so fucking frustrated. It's so frustrating, the stupidity of the world. And it's even more frustrating that these people have perceived positions of authority. I don't recognize your authority. I only recognize God's authority. In this world, though, I understand that if I do not fucking acknowledge you to some degree, then you're going to try to put me in jail. You're gonna fucking, now officially, I know you're gonna take my fucking kids away from me because I don't say yes to your fucking vaccinations, because I don't say yes to your fucking, your medical procedures, because I don't agree. Are you, what the fuck? What in the fuck? And still that gets me upset. Still that gets me upset. And these are the recurring topics that I am going through. There's that injustice. There's that anger. I'm constantly reacting to the outer world. And I'm never going to be at peace. And especially with money. Especially with money. Especially with success and money. These are the recurring topics in my life that I am struggling with. There are other things that I don't struggle with at all. There are topics that I had before too, like fear of abandonment or whatever that I got through. There's other topics like, the fear of Hema cheating on me or something like this, which I also was able to clear somehow. Again, it took time. It took time, and it's just a matter of continuously tapping and doing the inner work until there's inner peace. And that's what I'm doing. I don't want to live in a reality where I'm stuck in this loop. I want to be free. I want to be very free. And I understand that I cannot be free if I have anger in my heart. And I ask for forgiveness, God. I ask for forgiveness because my heart was not, or is not, as light as a feather. I don't want to repeat this life. And I definitely don't want my kids to repeat this life. I would never want my kids to repeat this life. I would never want that for my kids. I want my kids to be a completely different generation from me. I want my kids to be like a brand new timeline. I want them to be happy. I want them to be at peace. And I understand that if I want them to be at peace, if I want them to be happy, I have to lead by example. I have to lead by example. I have to lead by example. I have to be able to say and believe that being angry and having these intense emotions is not the truth, because it's not the truth. I do believe that our natural state is to be joyful and peaceful, but I think that we learn otherwise. I think we learn otherwise when we perceive false illusions to be the truth. Is scarcity really true? I don't think so. I don't think so. Is anger really the truth? Is it really necessary to be angry? I don't think so. And I think too, for me, like all the cursing too, like, hey, look, even there's a part of me that doesn't want to do all that cursing. Why do I curse? I curse because I'm angry. I curse because I'm feeling internal pain. I'm feeling this pain and I have to express this pain. I'm living on a mountain. I don't see people, which I'm fine with. I'm actually fine to not see humans and interact with a whole bunch of humans. I'm fine with that. I just don't have the proper extra outlets, you know? That gets, the energy has to release itself. Like how when a human exercises and they build up heat in their body, what happens eventually? Because there's so much internal heat, the human starts to sweat. They have to cool down somehow. It's the same thing with emotions. It's the same thing with the energy. You get very hot, you get very angry, you get very emotionally overwhelmed. At some point, you got to let it all cool down. Got another idea. Got another idea. There was a lot of anger growing up. There was a lot of sadness too. I grew up in Brooklyn, in New York City, and I remember being around a lot of poverty, being around a lot of scarcity, being around a lot of people that were very unhappy. They were so unhappy. There's a lot of misery. And to be in that environment and to be around that energy for 17 years, it gets you. It gets you. It makes you this person that you don't really want to be, you know, and you start to feel angry at life. You start to feel frustrated by a lot of things. I don't want that. I don't want that. I wouldn't want that for you. I wouldn't want that for me. I wouldn't want that for anyone. It gets frustrating. It gets really frustrating dealing with all this bullshit. It's like never ending, you know? And I want to be at peace. I don't want to be angry anymore. And I want for all these things that have been disturbing my personal peace to leave. I want to be free. Now I'm consciously saying this, but what about internally? Subconsciously? What about my nervous system? What's my nervous system regulated to handle? Do I really want to be angry all the time? Do I really want to be frustrated with my life? No, absolutely not. I do not want to be frustrated. I do not want to live this life where I'm frustrated. I do not want to live this life where I'm angry. I choose peace. I choose to be at peace. I choose to be at peace with myself. To Yolanda Sarah, I love you and I apologize that you had all this anger inside of you. Please forgive me if I contributed to that anger. Thank you. I think I've really modeled this from Yolanda Serra. Anger, wanting justice, and this victim energy. And I don't choose to be a victim. I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. Like this is between me and God ultimately. This is between me and God. And I choose to believe that, hey, if God created all of this, if God really created all of this, then guess what? God can uncreate all of this. I choose to believe that. I choose to believe that God created this experience not to punish, but to polish. I choose to believe that. Do you believe that the experiences that you have are for your greatest and highest good? Not to punish you, but to polish you. Do you believe that? This anger. I'm gonna make a series on this. I'm gonna definitely make sure that this is at the top of my list, to let go of this anger, to surrender and accept what is, to be okay with what is, to let it go. I'm choosing that. I'm choosing to really be at peace here. I'm choosing to move my ass and get this system up and running. And I want to get it up and running. I want to finish this trading operating system and have it live. Even if it's just taking swing trades in the background. I would much rather that. I would much rather that. Way better. That would be way better for me. This anger that I've been feeling inside. This anger. This discordant energy. I choose to release that from my nervous system now. I've been feeling a lot of anger. I've been feeling a lot of this discord. I've been living at a lower state of consciousness, and I know that I am capable of raising my vibration and consciousness and living at a much higher state of awareness. I am capable of that. I choose that. I choose that for myself. I choose that for you. I choose that for us, the entire collective consciousness. I choose inner peace. I choose to be at peace with myself. I choose to feel really good. I choose to feel very good. I don't want to feel like this person. I don't want to be this anymore. I want to be happy. I want to be much more positive. I want to let go of all that negativity. I want to let go of all those imprints. I want to raise my vibration and consciousness. For sure. For sure. Okay, now we're going to transition here. Okay. So let's move on and let's transition. Yeah, even though I did have these discordant emotions that was blocking me from my personal peace, I'm wondering if I can have peace. I wonder if I can feel positive emotions. Can I feel positive emotions? I think so. Can I feel good? I think so. Can I make that my priority? I think so. Maybe I don't have to have discordant energy. Maybe I don't have to feel discord. Maybe I can feel okay. Maybe I can feel good about my life. Maybe I can feel good. Maybe I can feel more peace. I think feeling inner peace comes down to being more present. Maybe I just haven't been more present. Right now, there is nothing discordant happening. The only thing that is discordant is me, my thoughts, my words, my actions. I just haven't been present. I just have not been present. I choose to be really present now. I choose to be so incredibly present. And I choose to make that the priority. Being so incredibly present. I choose to be really present. I choose to continue on with my personal peace process. I choose to be all right. I choose to make feeling good my priority. I choose to become much more present, mindful, and aware that whenever I do feel anger or shame or guilt, that I tap. I sit down. I address how I'm feeling. I pay attention to my thoughts. I pay attention to the way I feel. And I make how I feel my priority. I remember now a memory that's coming up. I had a girlfriend when I was in my early 20s. I was living in Manhattan, Washington Heights, and she was working at a Starbucks because, again, this was the time where people like me were graduating from college and we could not find a job. So she was working at a Starbucks. She had graduated with her bachelor's degree as well. She was working at a Starbucks. Wow. And I went one day after, I went to her job, to her Starbucks location on the Upper East Side, this one particular time to pick her up from work so that we can go back home together. And we were living together at the time, which was a big mistake. It was horrible. Not that it was like terrible, you know. She was a sweet person, but she had her own issues too. And I remember sitting at the Starbucks, and it was dark outside. So it was like nighttime, may have been winter time, I don't know. But what I remember was that there was this black guy that came up. And look, no offense, I'm not racist, but hey, look, some black guys are ultra aggressive for no fucking reason. No fucking reason, all right? And fucking wanting to fight and be angry for no fucking reason. Like, I'm not doing shit to you, all right? I'm not doing a fucking thing to you. So this guy fucking comes and he is sitting next to me. He asks me a question. I answer his question. And then he fucking pauses and then he looks at me with this blank look and he starts to get fucking hostile towards me. I'm not no one's fucking punk. And I'm not gonna be your fucking bitch. I'm not your fucking punk. And I'm not gonna be punked around by anybody. I don't give a fuck. So I look at him back. Like, what you gonna do? You wanna fucking fight me? You really wanna do this? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. This was my attitude at the time. This is how I felt at the time. Like, I'm not gonna be intimidated, what, because you're a black man, because you wanna fight, you wanna be aggressive? No, fuck you. Child, please. So this guy, he's fucking looking at me, and I'm looking back at him. I'm looking back at him. Yes, you gonna do something? And like the tension in that room, it was like, this guy really wants to fucking fight me. For what? What'd I do to you? I'm just sitting here. I'm just fucking sitting here. And then the girlfriend came and told him to leave. He left. He may have been homeless. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But maybe I attracted that person. You know, maybe I attracted that man because I had issues with black kids in the past, because these fucking black kids would be trying to fucking fight me and shit. For what? For what? And then it was never just one-on-one. It was never just me. No, it was fucking a whole bunch of them wanting to pick on one person. Real nice. You're so tough. You're so fucking tough. And that's how it was growing up. That's how it was growing up. And that's what I remember. And I felt angry about that situation. And I could feel that still to this day. I could still feel that emotion and that energy. And hey, look, I'm not here to fucking be prejudiced and racist or whatever the fuck. I could say white, I could say black, I could say brown, Spanish, Puerto Rican, Chinese. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Look, these are the labels that I grew up being taught. This person is black. This person is white. This person is Spanish. This person is Dominican. I get it. We're all human fucking beings at the end of the day. But there's that part of me that was trained and conditioned to be like, that person's black, that person's white, that person's this. And that disrupts my peace. That really disrupts my peace. That person's Indian. That person's Japanese. That person's Russian. Does it fucking matter? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And in those moments where I start to do those things, I start to label, this person is this person is that, this person is this. This person was a bitch, this person was a dick, this person was an asshole. That disturbs my personal peace. And I am addressing it. I'm making it my priority to address that. Because if I don't, my personal peace is not at peace. I'm not at peace. And I would never be at peace. I would never ever be at peace. So how can I do this? I have to address it. I have to address what's inside of me. And I think a lot of us have that. A lot of us have that inner anger, that secret chamber of astral horror, those skeletons in the closet, whatever you want, whatever term you want to use. I think we all have that. And we're just pretending. And I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to lie to myself here and pretend. And I choose to let that go from my nervous system now. And I choose to make this positive transition. I choose to be a better person. I choose to be more at peace. I choose to let this go. I choose to let all of this go. Even the situation with me being here out of status. I choose to let this go from my nervous system now. I love my kids. I want to have my family with me. I want my family and I to be together. I want to see my kids grow up. I want that. And I want to be able to take care of them. I want to provide for them. I want to give them what they need, what they would want. I want them to live the fullest life possible. I don't need a Lamborghini. I don't need any of that bullshit. I don't need that to validate me. I don't need that to prove my worth. I don't need that for anything. I don't need any of that. What I need is to be at peace with myself. I need to be at peace with myself. Because I realize for myself that, hey, look, it doesn't matter how much fucking things I have. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. None of this means a fucking thing. If I were to have all the success in the world, it would mean nothing if I'm not at peace right now. It would mean absolutely nothing. It may even be worse. It may honestly be even worse, because if I'm used to this level of success and then it's all taken away, what the fuck is that going to do for me? It's going to leave me probably worse. I remember watching this video of a YouTube channel called the Duomo Method. And it's a trading channel. And this guy, Nicholas Puri, he made this video talking about how, like, when he had success with trading, he was starting to like have panic. Like, what if all this goes away? What if I lose all of this? That's a feeling that I would never want to feel. I would never want to feel like, what if this all goes away? What if I lost all of this? What if I made it all, I worked my ass off to make it all the way here, and then it goes away? That's probably the worst feeling. That's probably the worst feeling, because you're insecure. And I acknowledge that for myself. I acknowledge, like, hey, look, I have insecurities. I have these demons that I am working on slaying. And I'm working with the violet flame. I'm working with the I am decrees. I'm doing everything I could possibly do. Everything I could possibly incorporate to be at peace. I'm doing everything I could possibly do to be at peace. I choose to be at peace. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be any of that. I want to feel good inside. I want to feel safe and secure inside. That's my whole ambition right now. I want to finish this trading operating system for my kids. I want to finish what I'm doing here. I enjoy doing this live stream stuff. I still do it. But, like, man, I gotta get fucking paid now at this stage. You know? This is a long-term asset. I get it. It's a personal brand thing. I get it. Like, that's not the point what I'm saying. I'm saying it's like, hey, man, like, fuck. In the grand scheme of life, like, when is it my time? When will it be my time? And that curiosity or that thought is preventing me from being just present right now. Just showing up and doing this with great love. Because when I talk to this camera, I'm not talking to the camera. I'm talking to myself, ultimately. I'm talking to more people like me that have been through what I've been through. Maybe not exactly, but we've had similar experiences. And I want to make that connection. And I think I can be more positive. I think I can be more at peace. The ultimate goal of this, the ultimate goal for me is not just to be at peace, but to fulfill my dharma. These emotions, they're like a compass for me. They're like a guide for me. Oh, you see now, fuck it. I think I gave the wrong answer now. Maybe I gave the wrong answer. Maybe the ultimate goal for me of EFT tapping is no longer personal peace. Maybe the goal for me, the ultimate goal for me is of doing the EFT tapping is to unfuck myself so that I can fulfill my purpose. I should have said that. Why didn't I say that? See, that's another lie. That's me now being incongruent with myself. Maybe there's two goals. Maybe the first goal, the first level goal is to be at peace. Maybe the second level goal is to fulfill my dharma. Either way, I'm choosing to make peace my default state of consciousness now. I now choose to make inner peace my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. I now choose for inner peace to be my default state of consciousness now. Okay, let's bring it home. Violet flame, violet flame, violet flame. Dissolve, consume, annihilate, obliterate, and transmute all discord from my body, mind, feeling world, and spirit, my subconscious mind, my bloodline, my DNA, my entire ancestral lineage, and my nervous system now. Produce your perfection in, through, and around me now. And in the name of God and my mighty I am presence that I am, my great divine spirit team, subconscious mind, and the great white brotherhood of the highest vibrational frequency and consciousness, with your unconditional love and support, in your names I command, declare, and decree that I am at peace now. I choose peace in every area of my life. I choose to be at peace with my financial situation. I choose to be at peace with my circumstances. I choose to be at peace with my lies. I choose to be at peace that I have lied to myself repeatedly, and that my nervous system was holding on to lies. I let go of all the lies from my nervous system now. I let go of lying to myself. I let go of anger from my nervous system now. I let go of feeling like a victim from my nervous system now. I let go of feeling like I'm not in control of my life from my nervous system now. Yes, there are things that I cannot control. There are things that are out of my control. I cannot control who watches the video. I can't control who stays on the video. I cannot control if someone finds it boring. I can't control that. That's not up to me. I can just do my part. I can work on speaking louder. I can work on supporting. I can work on showing up. I can work on being more consistent. I can work on the things that I can work on. But other than that, I can't work on anything else. Other than that, that's it. That's all I can do. And I'm doing the best that I can. And I accept that. And I recognize that in myself. And I choose to be grateful. I choose to be okay with that. My peace, my inner peace, my state of consciousness matters to me. I make that my priority now. Even though I was angry, I can be more at peace now. Even though I was a really angry person, I choose to be at peace now. Even though I was an angry person, I choose to be at peace now. Even though the situation with custody being removed from my daughter was traumatizing to me, I choose to let that go from my nervous system now. Even though there was that part of me that was angry at Yolanda Sarah, I choose to forgive her now. Even though I was holding on to things, I choose to let that go from my nervous system now. Even though that black guy at that coffee shop was being hostile towards me, and I didn't give a fuck. I wasn't going to be intimidated by anybody. I choose to be at peace now. I choose to recognize that people are hurting. I choose to recognize that people are hurting. People need love. People need love. People need healing. People need compassion. I choose to have compassion for myself first and foremost. I choose to have compassion for others. I choose to live my life from a peaceful and a beautiful state now. I choose to anchor inner peace into my nervous system now. To the angry part of me, I love you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I let it all go now. I let go of all the hate in my heart. I let go of all the hurt from my heart now. I choose to let go of all the hurt from my heart right now. And I let go of all the hate in my heart. Choosing to be at peace. Choosing to feel good. I'm choosing to smile. I'm choosing to smile more. It's too serious. It's too serious sometimes. And I'm choosing to change. I'm choosing to change my identity. I'm choosing to become a brand new version of myself once again. I'm choosing to love myself as much as possible. And even though there is a part of me that says, no, you don't, when I say I love myself, I can acknowledge that part. I can acknowledge that part. But I choose to love myself anyway. I choose to really open my heart to myself. And I choose to have an open heart. I choose to have compassion. I choose to feel good. I choose to have a good time. I choose to really, really enjoy. I choose to really enjoy. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to have a very good time living my life. And I'm going to feel grateful for my life every day. I'm going to feel so grateful. I'm going to feel so good. I'm going to love myself. And I'm going to raise my vibration and consciousness. And I'm going to be at peace now. Take 3 deep breaths. Let's wrap it up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. let go of all discord from my nervous system now, and I anchor in peace as my default way of being now. And so it is, and so it was. Thank you. Okay. Good job. Good work today. That's it. I don't have a good outro, so I don't know what to say. And I'm just going to be honest, I'm not going to make that fake. If you found this helpful, right? If you found this live stream helpful, if you found today's live stream helpful, this is an outro, potential outro to refine. If you found today's live stream helpful, come back again tomorrow at 4:32 a.m. Central European Time. Until next time, always remember, we love you, you are loved, and God loves you. Keep tapping. Namaste. I'm going to get one of those. All right. Well, see you tomorrow.